Hi, teachers. Today we're going to talk about learner-centered teaching. And I'm going to give you an example of an activity you could use with your students to make your class more learner-centered from the very first day. Let's dive in. Well, first of all, based on this table from Shaw 2020, which I'll put in the description box below, learner-centered teaching could have a number of different features. This article is very useful because it lists 13 different features of a learner-centered class, but today we're going to focus on 4 of them. Feature number 1, if you have a learner-centered classroom, then you will allow your students to play a role in the decision-making process of their learning. This could range from giving your students different options of which activities to do, giving them different options as to which assignments to do, or even the features of specific assignments. For instance, you could give your student an assignment and they could choose from a list of different readings to base their assignment on. Number 2, focusing more on intrinsic motivation rather than external rewards. And if you want more information on different types of motivation and how to instill motivation in your students, definitely check out our channel where we have more videos on this subject. So, rather than just trying to get good grades or just trying to get a better job through their education, intrinsic motivation may focus a little bit more on what your students are actually interested in, what gives them feelings of confidence, self-fulfillment. Feature number 3, emphasizing the engagement and interests of your students. The only way to appeal to their interests is to know what their interests are. So one thing that you could do is to try to find out more about their hobbies and their passions. Feature number 4, learn by discovery. So by looking at, for example, if your students are able to learn more about one another and to interact in the classroom, that could be an opportunity for them to learn by discovery. Next, how could you start your class with a learner-centered activity? Well, let me share an activity I do with my learners on the very first day of my college-level communications courses. Step number 1, open up a Google Doc, a blank Google Doc, okay? The next thing you're going to do is to title this, for example, Ryan's College English DJ Set List. Next, you're going to title this. This is going to be a DJ set list that you play one song from at the beginning of each class, or maybe even when students are coming into class for the 5 or 10 minutes before the class starts. So you're going to have to choose a theme. One potential theme, it could be like songs from the 1980s. Another option could be songs that you sing at karaoke. It's your choice of which topic to choose. And by the way, if you're looking for different themes of DJ set lists, please come on over to our Patreon where I will post a link to a set of different DJ playlist themes that I have used with my college level students. So we have the title for our DJ set list. Next, we're going to skip a few lines and we're going to add a table. This table should have 2 columns. After that, you're going to put down song in one column and band or artist in the other column. Center that and it looks good. Maybe dress this up with a few emojis just to make it more fun, right? So for this karaoke one, we could go microphone, fantastic. One more thing you could do is if your students aren't engaging right away and putting down names for these songs, you could give a few examples like I Feel Like a Woman, Shania Twain, or Don't Stop Believing, Journey. That way you could get the ball rolling with this DJ set list. Now, what does a DJ set list have anything to do with learner-centered teaching? Well, let's go over those 4 features we discussed earlier one more time. Well, first of all, it gives your students a stake in the decision-making process. Even though this is a small task and it's obviously not for grades or for marks, It's an opportunity for your students to collaboratively contribute to a shared document. Particularly with classes where the content is quite dry and it could be difficult to really kickstart that engine and get the energy going, this could be a great way to start the class because, of course, it gets them collaborating, it gets them moving, and it gets them doing something. So not only are you playing music, and everyone loves music, but you are also allowing your students to decide which songs will be on that playlist. Number two, of course, this is based on intrinsic motivation because you are getting your students to put down a song that they would like to hear, that they would like to listen to start one of their classes or one of their days. Imagine your students choose song number 5, and on day number 5, when they're coming into class, all tired, they listen to this song and they think to themselves, oh yeah, that's the song that I contributed to this playlist. Moving on, of course, this draws off their interest because they are sharing something about their musical taste with the rest of the class. And what I like doing with my students, I like telling them, you could put songs from any country, from any culture, from any generation. So by this, they're able to discover other types of music, especially if you have a very diverse population in your classroom. So that's it, folks. This is truly an example of making something out of nothing. But in terms of having progressive, engaging, interactive pedagogy, that's what we do. We try to make something out of nothing. Every little activity and every little decision that you make in your class could be a way of creating motivation or potentially disrupting the motivation. So if you would like to learn about more learner-centered activities and learner-centered guidelines and features, then come on over to Sala de Profesores, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Are you a multilingual teacher? Well, here at Sala de Profesores, we actually focus not only on English language pedagogy, but on other languages as well. So come on over to this video if you would like to look at more Spanish language pedagogy. Happy teaching!